You're going to have to follow me for a little bit here. As we were praying the rosary this morning on the third mystery, third sorrowful mystery with the crowning of thorns, that mystery has always really struck me as, while there is physical suffering, but it is mostly the humiliation, the mockery of God. As they certainly put the crown of thorns, but they mock him as being the King of the Jews, and they mock God. And just this sense of the Lord saying to me, by your baptism, you have become a son of the Father. And of course, this applies to all of us, except you women out there, you become daughters of the Father. But you become, and the world mocks that. The world mocks that truth, that we are the sons and daughters of God, beloved to Him. Bring this now to the gospel. Jesus is presented in the temple. In the Old Testament, they had to be redeemed, but Jesus didn't have to be redeemed. And so he was presented the Son to the Father, the Son in the house of the Father. And we know later in Luke it says he must be in his Father's house. He comes to know this is his Father in heaven. And the Lord says to us, I've presented you to my Father. I have given you over to Him. I have redeemed you. But do you realize who you are? As Jesus was loved not for what he was, but not for what he did rather, but who he was. So we are loved not for what we do, but for who we are. Sometimes we feel like we have to earn God's love, but I'm sorry, you can work all your life completely for God. You can end your life in martyrdom as a self-sacrifice to God, and you won't earn His love. You can't. He loves you because He loves you. He loves you not for what you do, but for who you are. You're His son, you're His daughter, and you're precious to Him. And the world puts such emphasis on utilitarianism, on usefulness. How useful am I to society? How useful am I to other people? How useful am I, then this gets translated into, how useful am I to God? God says, I don't want to use you. I love you. And this is where we need to remember our worth is from. Not from what we do. Not from how we think we can earn God's love. Not from the work that we do. But just because we're God's children. His daughters. His sons. Everything boils down to that. So when you're struggling with self-worth, when you're struggling with shame, when you're struggling with, I don't feel like I have anything that I can give anymore because, I'm getting older and my body's falling apart and all these things, whatever it may be, here's the truth. You are precious. You're precious in the eyes of God. And you're loved because you belong to Him.